Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. This video includes paid promotion. All right, guys, well, I've got a special episode for you today. As you guys probably know, if you've been following me for a long time, every single year I try to do one of these episodes. How much XRP do you need to retire? And last year, obviously, was the 2025 edition. 2024, we had some different numbers. Of course, throughout the years, many different things have changed when it comes to XRP and XRP price and, targets. And, of course, every single year, too, we do see the chart change. So as the chart is changing, targets are changing. And, as new information is coming out, we're getting, more insight on where the price of XRP could go. So today I thought I would, instead of, taking a look at older videos, what I thought I would do is, first taking a look at this older video. So I am going to take a look at an older video, but I am going to also take a look at brand new targets. As we are seeing the price chart moving further down. So if you look at the XRP price chart today, and, you kind of see where we are today. And now I'm filming this a couple of days before I'm releasing it. So if the chart looks a little different, then that's the reason why. We're basing here, guys. It is the summer. We are likely not really going, in my opinion, we could see some lower lows, but at this point in the cycle, it's looking as though XRP has hit, significant lows right now. On the daily today, it is actually moving up a little bit. But, generally speaking, what we do see in a 4-year cycle is we see 3 years of up, 1 year of down. Now, that's for Bitcoin. On the other hand, the altcoins like XRP, they tend to kind of follow. They tend to not necessarily mirror Bitcoin, but tend to rhyme Bitcoin. So what we generally see 1 year of down for XRP 2019 was also seeing some more downward momentum. So this is actually a pretty bad example. And then 2020 and 2021, we saw that peak. Of course, this was in and around the time that XRP was still mired in that lawsuit. And then we saw the downtrend from 2021, end of 2021 into the end of 2022. So that was the 1 year downtrend. From there, XRP slowly made its way up. You guys can see there were a bit of peaks and valleys there. But ultimately, the trend was up over 2023 and 2024. And then by the end of 2024, we saw this huge spike in price, and XRP was pretty much moving sideways, actually making a new all-time high at the end, or mid 2025, before making its way down again. Just going to interrupt this video for a second. Here's a word from one of today's video sponsors. Guys, let's be honest, the crypto market has been moving sideways for a while now. A lot of people are just sitting on their coins waiting for that next big move. But while you're waiting, your crypto is just sitting idle in your wallet doing absolutely nothing. That's why I'm going to mention it again, the long-standing partnership I have with FortisX. Instead of letting your assets sit idle, you can put supported cryptocurrencies into FortisX liquidity pools and earn daily rewards while still keeping the flexibility to withdraw them anytime you want. And I keep working with these guys because they keep delivering. The team is public. They've successfully completed Cyberscope team verification. So that's KYC. They've passed independent security audits, and the platform has been building consistently for years. They're focused on long-term growth, transparency, and security rather than hype. In a market like this, it makes far more sense to have your crypto working for you instead of letting it sit idle. I've worked with FortisX for a long time, and if you're planning to hold your crypto anyway, I genuinely think it's one of the smartest ways to put those assets to work. Remember, guys, investing is inherently risky. Always diversify your investments. This is not financial advice. So this is the bear year for this particular cycle. I'm going to say that with confidence. Officially, that is my opinion on that. We have seen a low of XRP at around $1. Now, there are some people that are wondering, is XRP going to go below $1? It very well could. It's still in the cards. We really do have to see where Bitcoin is going to go first before we can really make that assessment. At the moment, though, if we're just talking about XRP and, we're talking about loading our bags full of XRP, let's just focus on XRP for today. So, okay. From this video, and I will link this video in the description of this particular video. This was last year's video. We were looking at specific targets here. Retire with $1 million, retire with $3 million, or retire with $10 million. And so the reason I bring up those particular targets, is because everybody watching this show is going to be, of a different socioeconomic status. They're going to have different means. They're going to be different ages. And so depending on where you are in life, it's going to be different. Whether you need $10 million to retire or $1 million to retire, you may be already a 70-year-old person who is frugal, who may think, a million's fine and a million max is fine. However, you may be a 25 or 30-year-old that likes to spend large, and maybe $30 million is your target. So at the end of the day, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to figure out how much money you need to retire, and that's going to be, again, different for everybody. Now, with regards to projecting XRP prices, as you guys can see, back in 2025, we were projecting a $13.83 XRP price based on one case scenario, a $19.29 XRP based on another case scenario, and a $95.39 XRP based on another case scenario. So, at the end of the day, these are going to change just depending on how you calculate where you think XRP price could go. And so, today I'm going to do the same thing with the XRP chart here. And we're going to also do another little exercise later on in this video. So one way to calculate XRP price, or price of any cryptocurrency for that matter, or stocks, projecting a move to the upside is the Fibonacci. Now, as you guys can see, we don't know. Again, first, we don't know if XRP is going to go any lower than this. It still might go lower. We just don't know at this moment. What I did, though, I dragged the Fibonacci from the very, very top of that trend there all the way to the bottom of the trough. Now, if this does go lower, if we do see lower lows, it could in fact go lower. Then this will change this projection. But as of today, I'm going to just take it from there. And if we, just take a look at where XRP could go at the top, guys, we're looking at about a $12.27 XRP. So for this particular exercise, I'm going to change this first to 2026, and I'm going to put in a $12.27 XRP. And I'm just going to remove these prices here because we're going to change those prices. Now, that is one target. Another way to look at the fib, and again, there are many different methods to do this. There are many different price projections just based on what you think is going to happen. Will real world utility hit before you retire? Is it going to take longer? Depending on how old you are, depending on, how much activity we're seeing on the Ripple network. So this is all going to depend, guys. If we're just looking at pure technical analysis in a very, very, very bullish scenario, I have seen price projections hit when you line up the actual 0.236 to the top. So really giving us a very, very bullish price projection. As you guys can see here, the $12.27 level still does match up with one of these lines. If we do, in fact, get a very, very bullish scenario, maybe we could see an XRP going for about $48.58. So I'm also going to put that as a possibility. And again, there's a million different ways you can do this. So, have fun with it. You've seen the videos, you've seen the price projections and the reasons behind it. Last one, guys, I'm just going to put 589 because why not? We all love 589. And it could go higher than 589. We just don't know at this particular moment. So, at this particular point, we have to use our best judgment, and we have to, kind of figure out how this is going to work, depending on, again, real world situation, how much traction the RippleNet ecosystem is getting, the partnerships that we're continuing to see grow, and also clarity. Crypto clarity is also going to play a big role in this. Now, if crypto clarity takes until 2027, this is going to obviously affect where prices are going to go in the short term. Maybe we'll see that long-term value burst at that time, but and maybe it'll happen boom like that. At this point, we just don't know. So let's take what's, a possibility here, okay? So 48.58, we've got 12.27, and 5.89. Now, the next part of this. Where does this mean, we're going to see prices go based on these same targets? So, if we see a $1 million XRP, I'm just going to change these prices first. $1 million XRP. How much XRP would we need? And so, again, I'm sure you guys are probably very excited to see where you stack up in terms of how much XRP you hold and how much XRP you're going to need. Because obviously theoretically, I guess the younger you are, probably the more XRP you're going to need. And the older you are, the less XRP you're going to need. Also, if your needs are less, you're going to need less XRP. Or if you're a big spender, you want to buy Rolexes and Lambos, you're going to definitely need more XRP. So I'm just getting rid of these numbers here. And I still have to change the other numbers. So second price target is 48.58. So I'm going to change that as well. 48.58 here for the second target. And of course, 589 for that last target. So let me just grab that and throw that in there, 589. And again, you know, if you are a person who believes we're going to go to these numbers, you know, whether that is in 5 years or 10 years, you may decide, you know, maybe I'll wait 10 years. If I can feel like XRP is going to go to 3 digits in 10 years, then maybe that's an okay time frame for you. If you're 35, you can retire by 45. I don't know. I mean, again, everybody's going to be different. So guys, let's take a look at some of these numbers and let's take a look at some of these calculations here. So I got the calculator up here and I'm just going to pull this over here. Okay, so if you wanted $1 million, which I think these days is fairly conservative, divide that by 1227. All you would need is 81,499 XRP, 81,499. Okay, so that is the first value we have there. Okay, let's take a look at if XRP went to $48. Okay, so $1 million here divided by 48.58. All you would need is 20,584. 20,584 XRP. And guys, if XRP went to $589 to get $1 million, you would need, divided by 589, you would only need 1,697 XRP. 1,697 XRP. So there you go. That is the first case scenario. Now, if you wanted to retire with $3 million, okay? So let's put 3 million in here and let's give you a case scenario. I mean, best case scenario, you know, it tops the fib and we get to $12.27. And again, this could scale over time. You know, we really don't know. We could see XRP start scaling over the next few years. It could get to double digits and then eventually just skyrocket up to 3 digits or maybe even higher than that. But let's just give it this case scenario here. Okay, so $12 at 3 million, you would need 244,498. So 244,498 XRP, which is a pretty hefty chunk. Okay, that's, I mean, XRP, let's say it's going for about $1 today. So you need about $244 right now. If you were to buy XRP right now, if you still have a stack, you can cost average in. What about if you think XRP is going to 48.58? So 3 million, let's do that. 3 million divided by 48.58. You would only need 61,753. So 61,000, what was it? 753 XRP there. Okay, and if XRP went to 589, let's say it goes to that magical number, 589, all you would need is 5,093 XRP. So that's actually not that bad, 5,093 XRP. And you guys can always put it down in the comments section where you lie. Currently, if you guys are looking to cost average in, if you guys are looking to stack more or what have you. Now let's take a look at $10 million, because 10 million is a nice chunky amount, right? Imagine having $10 million. Wow. So let's take a look at that first target there. You would need 814,995 XRP. So still quite a lot, 814,995. And I mean, unless you've started stacking and you're not already a millionaire, it'd be kind of hard to accumulate that much. Let's say XRP went to $48.58. If your target is $10 million, let's put that in there, 10 million divided by 48.58. You're looking at 205,846. So 205,846. Whoops, that's the wrong line there. What was it again? 205,846. 205,846 XRP. So still, you know, a number that, you know, is quite high, I think, for some people. But what if XRP went to $589, guys? And if your target was $10 million and it went to 589, all you would need is 16,977 XRP. So 16,977 XRP. So this really does go to show you how much XRP is really needed depending on these targets. Now, I wouldn't get your hopes up. I mean, that XRP is going to hit 589 even in a year. I mean, it still might take time. It might take 3 years. It might take 4 years. It might take 5 years for XRP to get to 3 digits or 4 digits or beyond that. So I know the lore is great. Listening to YouTubers is fun. But at the end of the day, we got to be realistic. And this is, of course, why I started the Patreon. You guys can always follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel, where I'm showing you guys exactly what I'm doing. I mean, high price targets are great, but we want to make profit in the meantime, right? So I'm doing a little bit of both. In this particular cycle, I'm going to be swing trading more. I'm going to be swing trading XRP, but I'm also going to be hodling for the long term and then hodling for the very, very long term. So 4-year cycle, midterm hodl, I guess we could call it. Very long term if we do see a real world utility hit, in 5 or 10 years, at scale. Because don't forget, it has to be at scale. We could see real world utility, but if it's not at scale, we're just not going to see that price appreciation. But then also the swing trade. So that is the beauty of the Patreon. Again, the subscription is only $5 a month. So those are some possible targets for retiring in 2026. But guys, I have to show you this tweet that I saw from Altcoin Daily. Do whatever it takes to have 13,000 invested in Bitcoin by age 38. After that, you can coast and only add another $200 a month. Live your life, travel, and by age 62, you'll have about $5 million and $250,000 a year of passive income. Compound interest is magic. So this guy, Altcoin Daily is talking here about Bitcoin in particular. I thought I'd take it upon myself to test this out with XRP and the XRP prices. But, since we can't project into the future, I thought I'd take some historical XRP prices and go on the monthly chart here. Let me get rid of some of that and take some close averages for when XRP was closing. And I'm going to actually take the month that I started investing in XRP, and I'm just going to go 3 years into the future because doing how many years would that be? 50 years? There's not even that much. There's not even that much history on the chart. But and it takes a long time. I can't do it in this one video. But you guys can. I'll show you guys what I'm going to do, and you guys can get the drift of what I'm doing, and you guys can do it for yourself if you're interested. So November 2017 was when I started purchasing XRP. If you look up here, I don't know if you guys know this, and if I throw my cursor on November 17, you can see the opening, the high, the low, and the close, and that's what those letters indicate. Open, high, low, close. And I'm going to take the closing number of each month, okay? So again, this is the monthly candlestick chart, and I'm going to just take the close of each single month. So let's start it in November of 2017. You can see the monthly close, 23.5 cents. We'll round up. Okay, so that's 24 cents. So I'm just going to take this and say 2017, and we're going to just pop in November, and we're just going to do 24 cents, okay? So what was December? And let's see. So, whoops, where were we here? December. So the December close there was $1.99. Of course, that was a bull year or a bull month, very bullish month for XRP at that particular time. We've got $1.99. But, all things considered, we got to be fair with these numbers. So let's put in $1.99. I'm just going to minimize that for a second. So $1.99. Okay, we're already into 2018. And let's take a look at January 2018. That would be here. So January 2018, the close was at $1.12. So I'm going to put $1.12 there. February 2018, okay, next one over there. You guys can see February 2018. The close was at about 88.5 cents, so we'll round up to 89 cents. So that would be 89 cents. We'll go March. And I think you guys get my point here. Let's go to March. So that is March 2018. And the close was about 50 cents up there, okay? So 50 cents. And we'll see if you did invest $200, what that would look like in 3 years even, okay? So not even your whole life, but you can extrapolate and you can see what that would look like for your whole entire life if you want. Okay, guys, so I got the numbers here. I pushed pause, I did the calculations, and I restarted the recording just to show you guys where we stand. Okay, so 2017, November 24 cents, December $1.99. We were in 2018, so by January, $1.12. February, 89 cents. By March, it was 50 cents. Now look at these numbers, okay? April 2018, 83 cents. We got May, 61 cents. June, 47. July, 44. August, 33. You can see this is a barrier moving down. August was 33. September, 58. October, 45. November, 36 cents. And December, 35 cents. Now, if you kept investing $200 every single month by 2019, 31 cents in January, February, and March, respectively. In April, it was 30 cents at the close. By May, 44 cents. June, 39 cents. July, 32 cents. August, 26 cents. So we're getting even lower. September, 26 cents. October, 29 cents. November, 23. And December, 19 cents per coin. Now, remember, 2020 was an interesting year because we had the beer flu come about in March, and that created market collapse. January, we had 24 cents. February, 23. Then in March, we saw a collapse, 17 cents for 1 XRP. It started rebounding after that. By April, we've got 21 cents. May, 20 cents. June, 18 cents. July, 26. August, 28. September, 24. October, 24. November, 66 cents. And by December, a 22 cent XRP. So we got just over 3 years here, 3 years and 2 months, okay, of information. Now, what does that mean? If you invested $200 a month at these prices, how much XRP would you have? So, maybe for some people, this is a strategy. If you can't get a huge chunk of money right away and, you still want to invest in XRP and, you want to be responsible with your investing, maybe this is a method for you. Again, nothing I'm saying is financial advice. I'm just telling you guys a possibility there for you if you don't have, if you don't have a big chunk of money saved away. All right, guys. So in the past, what I would have done was I would have calculated this manually. But what AI is good for is mathematics. So I thought I would take it to Grok. And I've already created a little prompt here for Grok. So let me just bring that up. So we got all our numbers here. Okay, we got all our figures. And I'm just going to add this prompt in. If I invested $200 in XRP every single month and the price of XRP were the following during each month, how much XRP would I have after this duration? So I'm just going to, and I haven't done this yet. So let's see what it says. I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit Shift Enter, and I'm going to take all the values here. Okay, and I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste that. Oops. Okay, I hope that reads properly. Maybe if we just, oops, we don't want to delete any information by accident. I'm just going to line that up. I think Grok is probably pretty good at figuring this out without me having to line it up, but just so it looks pretty. For Grok, for the computer lords, let's do that. And we're going to see what it says. So again, if I invested $200 in XRP every single month and the price of XRP were the following during each month, how much XRP would I have after this duration? How much do you guys think you'd have? Okay, I'm going to hit enter. Let's see where it goes. Wow. And after only 6 seconds, you would have accumulated approximately 24,358 XRP. So the calculation details are below. Investment $200 every single month, the period between November 2017 and December 2020. So that's 38 months total. The method for each month, XRP was purchased $200 versus the monthly price. So again, these are averages of the monthly price, and it gives you guys the breakdown here. In the year 2017, in November, with these prices, you would have bought 833, 100, 178, 224, 400 respectively. So, this also gives you, a sense of where your investment, will compound over time. And again, you could do this during a bear year. 24,358 XRP is nothing to scoff at. That's about $24,000 in today's value. It's about 24.20. Yeah, it's about, because it's just above $1 today. It's about $1.10 as of the time of this recording. So, you know what, guys? It's an option if you're looking to purchase XRP. If you're looking to save for retirement, another option for you. I don't know how you feel about this. Again, you can always follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you're interested in seeing what I'm doing for this particular cycle. Again, the subscription is only $5 a month, but you got to subscribe and stay subscribed to lock into that price. Also wanted to mention that I have the Working Money Channel merch store. If you guys are interested in purchasing some Working Money Channel merchandise, I've got a fire sale on until the end of the summer. 15% off. Link is in the description of the video. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.